what you do for others. And so Kred Wishes is really about how do people who are outreachers work with people who are big influencers. Let me give advice to Fred. What's your name? Kred. Kred. Yay, Kred.
Yay, Kred.
What's me?
So can I have my deck, please? I'll have to push the button. Thanks. So, let me tell you about Kred Wishes. And we got the cards around somewhere, Josh. Yeah, you start giving those out. We're actually going to play a game, and we're going to give away real prizes when we play the game. By the time Josh has given out all the cards, we'll be ready. So, the idea is that we make a wish. And when we make a wish, our friends support our wish. And if we get enough support, then someone might grant our wish. And this was inspired by people like Brian Solis, who is here. Will you say hi to the fans, please?
Hello. Hello.
And Gary V. And Gary V talked a lot about the thank you economy. And so we think the thank you economy is about normal people like us wishing for stuff, getting the support of our friends, and then saying thank you. And those of us who can accumulate enough friends to say thank you deserve to have our wishes granted. And where's Porter? Here's Porter. Hey, Porter. He's stand up and wait for the crowd. Porter. No way. That's so untrue. Porter is one of the most generous, most communicating people in this industry. She is absolutely, Brian is the king, then Porter is the queen of social and corporate generosity, and that's why we invited you to be. So thank you for coming. And Tim O'Reilly, you said that you might make a guest appearance. Is Tim here? No. Tim has constantly inspired many of the things that we've done at PeopleBrowsr. In fact, we had him in here about 3 months ago, and he gave us so many interesting ideas for Kred. And then, of course, Stabilizer. Robert said to us, you must focus on offline Kred, real time. So, here we go. Almost ready to play our game. The dude on the right is the genie, who is the offerer, the wish granter, and the girl with the green hair says she wishes for a pink pipe. And there are 3 actors in this story, and you guys can pick which actor you wish to be. There's a wisher, and Travis is going to help you pick the wisher. There's a supporter, and then there is the sugar daddy granter. I will play that role tonight. So if you look at your cards, you'll see there's 2 faces. On one face it says wish, and on the other face it says offer. Can you look at the wish face, please? And then can you turn over and look at the offer face? So now in the room there are going to be 2 groups of people. There are going to be those of us who are very generous and who choose to be offerers, and then those of us who wish to be receivers, the wishers. And now, what is the first offer that we're actually going to have, Brad?
So the first offer is actually we...
what about the headphone?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have a quick demo. Where's my headphone man? We have to get you guys excited. Come on, headphone man. This is Seth. Okay, Seth. Now, Seth has 2 assistants who are going to help Seth demo his offer.
Yeah, so these are Soul Republic headphones. It stands for Soundtrack of Life Republic. And would you like to demo these here? You can see they're indestructible, nearly indestructible. They're interchangeable, so you can swap out colors. Like that. There you go. And then sound-wise, you want to try to rock something to it? Let's plug it in. Let's get a dance test here.
What do we do?
Alright, then you can...
But our 2 assistants here are going to make you feel like you're really hearing it.
Exactly.
Okay, ready? Show them that you're listening.
Yeah, good job. Okay, this is yours. This yours, yeah, of course.
No way! This is good for you. Well done. Say thank you, guys. Okay, so the first offer is these amazing headphones, and the deal is that we're going to pick 3 wishes.
Right. Well, the other side of it is also from the grantor side, right? So for a small business owner, all of these, or I mean, Soundtrack of Life, I mean, you can find those in any Apple store, basically in the U.S. But it's also, you know, it's about influence, and it really is an influence exchange. So instead of just picking people, it would be like, who is really influential in music? And Seth would be able to go onto the platform, and he could actually search for those people in regional market areas. So today, if I asked of you guys, who's influential in music, raise your hand. So I saw. So I saw a couple. I saw this guy back here.
Okay, so I think
actually, I think you raised your hand, right?
No, he pointed at me.
She's influential.
Okay.
So this is the Travis and Jodee show.
This is the Travis and Jodee show.
I want the 3 wishes to come up here so you can all see them.
Right. So right here.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
Ash,
Fine.
and the guy back. So this, we're basically facilitating exactly this. Within the platform, you'll be able to look at their influence within music. And Seth could say, you know, all of these say, you know, they could either propose a wish of, hey, I would really like some headphones from Soul Republic, and you could see that within the platform and say, okay, I can see that you have influence in music, but I want a boost of a certain point, and a certain mark, right? And what you could do on the platform is that Seth could set a boost requirement. And what that would mean is, of you guys, and we'll actually facilitate what this looks like in just a second, is that you then commit a tweet, basically in exchange
for the offer. Right, you wish to one of these 3 people.
Right.
So now, how does the offerer pick which of these 3 people to grant the wish to? For a shirt, I'm asking.
What do you think the number of retweets, chick?
Ah, you're close.
Really
Close. What is this all about? You are good. Who said that? Ah, you're married to our SVP. And you can have one.
Oh.
Okay, one more. The deal is,
the highest cred.
it's the combined cred of all the people who promised to say thank you to the offerer for granting the wish to one of our 3 wishes.
Right. There's 2 metrics.
Are you guys lost? Okay. Okay, so,
Alright, so an easier way to do it would say, of these 3 people, you have a chance to support any of them, right? So, of those that would like to vote for Rommel, raise your hand first so you get that.
now you have to, we're given the headphones, you actually have to send a tweet out with #Kred Wishes. Saying thank you to this guy. That's the deal.
Okay.
The deal is, if we give him the headphones, you've got to send a tweet out to say thank you to this guy. In the headphones.
Right,
So
well,
how many did you count?
I think we had about 50.
Okay.
Alright, of those, who's voting for Ash?
Oh my God.
So I think we're good with I think we're about 10. And for you, what's your name? Ryan. Ryan. And for those, for Ryan.
Raise your hand for Ryan.
I think Rommel's the winner. Rommel's the winner. What does it take to get closer down to all of them so that they may all have a wish?
The generosity of the season. I think that's such a good point, and I think because they decided they would come up, you get the prize, but you get the second and third prize, and they're all the same. Okay, thank you. Who wants one with the earbuds? Okay, here's your honor. Woo! Yay. Where's Tatiana? Tatiana, can we show the guys how we actually do it online? So that was in real life, and I'm going to show you quickly how we do it online. And the bicycles and the playbook and everything else will be up and available for everyone to play with on Monday. Go ahead and let's make a wish. So here are the wishes from people who are real life wishers. And you can click on any of those wishes. Go ahead and pick one. And we've opened the wish, and we've already seen that there've been a supporter, a combined cred of 887 and 2 wishes for this wish for giant baseball tickets. So if anyone grants that wish, they get 2 people who will spread the good word about them. And then if we want to boost it, and I want you to boost it now, Tatiana, you click on boost. And then you'll become, Tatiana's just added her name to left her, she's become one of the boosters. There we go. Oh, that was me. Thank you very much. Right, thank you very much, Tatiana. You guys can go and have a look at this live on Monday. And I think we might invite our panelists to come up. Porter and Brian. Where's Josh? Josh, can we have somebody over here? Brian.
Hello, everybody. My name is Brian Solis, and I am off and about to be. Please stay on.
Thank you. So well done.
All right. My name is Brian Solis. I'm an author. My new book is called The End of Business as Usual, and I'm also a principal analyst at the Altimeter Group.
I'm reporter Gale, and I'm the queen of social media, as for Jodee. Let's see, I'm former VP of marketing at Virgin America, and I actually just signed a book deal yesterday too. So soon I'll be an author with Brian. Thank you. And
Riley's mom. Say hi, Riley. So it's Christmas, and you can see what we've done with Kred Wishes. And we said that what we wanted to talk about tonight was influence community. And what I see is that social is evolving to be giving a lot more power to normal people. But it's not about who has the most influence. It's about everyone has influence somewhere, either in their local community or in the city that they've grown up in. And maybe, Brian, you can speak about how you see, particularly non-monetary influence, becoming a currency that you think that we can use as this industry evolves.
Okay. Well, let's see. No easy answer. But first, I'd like to say, Riley, you have a very cool mom, and Jodee, you are a cool dad. Very proud to be up here with you. Very proud to be friends, actually, call you friends. And I think really that demonstrates a little bit about where this is headed, or at least where I hope this is headed. I've written a lot, for those who don't know me, about influence. I've studied influence for many, many years, going back to the great old days of Web 1.0. And the idea of influence, let's just sort of define it. It is the ability to cause effect or change behavior. My good old friend Ben Franklin, back in the day, is the gentleman who was credited with coining the term pay it forward. And that is what this is all about. It's the idea of never necessarily looking at your score per se, not investing in what that number is, but doing the things that make you feel good about who you are and also make those around you feel good. I spend all of my time in social networks investing in content that answers people's questions, that helps people make decisions. And if I get something in return for that, I've invested in the idea of paying it forward. Therefore, reciprocity acts as a form of currency, and people pay back in the form of a thank you, maybe a retweet, maybe somebody will buy my book one day because they think that there will be, or hope that there will be value in that. So it's a conscious investment in actually doing something in your network, whether it's online or offline.
to share a story that I think really demonstrates the power of social media and community. I don't know if any of you guys know Amit Gupta, or if you've heard about his story, but he is an individual that's in the tech community. He's done a couple tech businesses. And about 2 months ago, he was diagnosed with leukemia. He's 32. And what happened, because he excelled in India, it's very hard to get a bone marrow match. And so there was this whole online support where people were tweeting and retweeting and using their communities and figuring out how to get the message out. We ended up, in about 6 weeks' time, there were 30 million impressions. I know that because the PeopleBrowsr team analyzed all the data for me. And this is someone that I've never met him in person, but I met him, virally through some friends. And I think that social media is not only about finding those like-minded communities, but things like finding the needle in a haystack and finding how you can get, a bone marrow match. That's amazing, and we wouldn't have been able to do that before. So I think that's just one story of how data and communities and people coming together for a common cause and for doing good. The people that were involved in it was global. Even NIH started doing a bunch of stuff, and I think people actually feel good about helping, and it helped not only me, but a lot of other people too. So that's another story to share.
So what's really cool for me about that story is that it was all done without an institution being in the middle. And that's the goosebump moment for me, that we have, for the first time, created technology that means that we can move things around between people without having things that constrict and block in the middle, be it government or religion or big business. And in a sense, currency was something that was created by institutions. And we're now seeing currency being created on the fly by groups of people. And that currency is either thank you, or that currency is outreach, or it's influence, or it's a bone marrow. And I can't imagine how that's going to be in 5 years. Every morning I think, how is this enabling technology going to allow us to move to a place where normal people have much more power? And what is Twitter and Facebook going to look like in 5 years' time? Is Facebook still going to be plush and closed? Will people move to be more open? That's what we dream about PeopleBrowsr. How is openness going to evolve? Brian, I'd be really interested in what you think about that.
Wow, that's a tall order, and I apologize. I think my battery's dying here. Thank you. I think the web will move into a more open place because people want it to move into a more open place. And we have a long way to go in order to get there. And right now we're sort of still finding our footing. What does having a profile in a social network mean beyond just my friend's family or those who follow me because they find it interesting? None of us went to school to learn how to tweet. None of us learned from our professors how to boost any type of score for influence. We are sort of learning as we go. And what I believe the short answer is, because I actually don't know how to get the web to be a more open place, what I would like to do is see people push it that way, because we start to understand what living in the public means, the responsibility that it carries. That it can't be narcissistic, it can't be egocentric, it can't just be focused about the me and social media. We actually have to look at another thing that's kind of corny, but it kind of works out that way, is the we in the social web. It's about what we put into this so that it's a greater experience for everybody who's involved, and that we can walk away with a sense of investment, also as a sense of being a stakeholder in what we've created together. That's actually what this is all about. I really hope that this is what it's all about. I don't expect to be rewarded because I have a certain score in the network. I don't expect to be rewarded because I have so many subscribers on Facebook, so many followers on Twitter. I hope to be rewarded because of the mark that I leave in that community. I hope that that mark is different in each community because I made a conscious effort in that. That by default, once we start to see the social web that way, forces the web to get more open because there's a sense of responsibility. We understand what we need to get out of it, what we need to put in it, and also a sense of reciprocity because then you're due for something because you earned it.
So openness is essential for there to be reciprocity. So So is it a great thing for you that Facebook are about to sign up their biggest active user, or a scary thing? Because Facebook is not really open.
So,
You're all welcome to broadcast Brian Solis' view about Facebook's billionth user.
oh man, wow. Well, it's a loaded question. All right. So here's an interesting stat. When Facebook was 800 million users, that was the exact size of the entire internet in 2004. So to be a billion users is both scary. You can almost picture like this big picture of Mark Zuckerberg behind you, like Big Brother. Be careful what you say, Brian. I'm looking over you. It's scary, and it's also wonderful at the same time that somebody like him could build a network where so many millions of people got value that they don't care whether or not it's open or closed, that they get enough value out of it. Now, I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that at some point, we are going to have to make a conscious effort of individuals to say, where do I invest my digital persona, and what do I want people to remember me for? Remember, it's not new, by the way. There's a lot of really interesting studies around social capital. And social capital, think about it as a score, your Kred score, for example, what you've earned based on the performance or what you've done or invested in the networks. That social capital is portable. It isn't confined to any one network. So we actually, at the end of the day, are responsible for where we invest in our persona online. I've made a conscious effort to make, if I showed you a social map of everywhere that I have an investment in a digital persona, you'd probably say, oh my God, when do you have time to work? But I've done that because I can't give Facebook everything of me. And until we as a community start to say, Facebook, you have to open it. Which is, by the way, the Open Data Initiative. I really hope that starts to get much more significant traffic or traction. It's up to us to figure out where our digital presence is going to reside.
No, I don't know if I have a point of view on Facebook being open or closed, but I guess the way that I look at it is really thinking about the front row. We've got Riley's 9 and your son's 12, right? Yours are 9 and 12. So, what's the future going to look like for the kids? How are they using social media? Are people using it for good? I think that the openness and the transparency that both with social media and with brands and companies, people have to be more honest and more transparent because you can't pull a wool over anybody's eyes anymore in terms of branding, product, or how you are online. And so I think the people that are doing good things and are honest and open are going to do better and rise to the top, and hopefully the other ones will come to the side. So, there may be ranking scores where just like you do ranking scores on Yelp for products, maybe there's that type of thing for individuals too, where your behavior is ranked. So there's a lot that's going to happen and change, and we should just watch it, make sure we're trying to use it to the best of our abilities.
I'd like to ask the audience what they think about Facebook about to have their bigger customer, whether that's scary or not. Openness is what we have to have to be able to measure influence and things about people. If it's a siloed network, it makes it very difficult. Does anyone in the audience have a view? Hi, Mario.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks.
I guess there's a big concern about privacy, though. I still think that for a lot of, people in the audience here, marketers, etc., we're very vociferous and very, very loud about what we do. Hey, I'm here in a restaurant. But also we do a lot of things that are very private. And I think I'd be very concerned about my private life. I think there is a challenge there about openness and things, right? It's like the other day I was doing searches on a friend, and oh my God, I found myself. There are other networks just sucking up the fire hose from Twitter and retweeting all of my coursework check-ins. Things like that. How did this get out there? And I think there's a lot of concerns with that, right?
So there's a real tension between being open and being scored.